All right, so I've been teasing doing a game room office tour for a couple weeks now. We're finally doing it. Here we go. So over here, you will see, this is what I'm calling the eBay cave. This is where once we take items and list them on eBay, we put them over here and we put them in a bin. So for example, this bin right here was listed on 9/26/23. That helps me find items when we can't find them, if it got put in the wrong bin or something like that. It also helps with keeping an idea of how long we've had items. So like, we have some items over there that are really old. We're gonna start phasing those out over the next couple of months through the holiday season. Just items that have been listed for 2 years now. Either we need to sell them, change the price, change title, something like that. So we're gonna get to that. This is kind of how all of this works. And then up top, we have kind of like bulkier items that don't need to go in a bin. Sometimes bulky items still end up in a bin, but for the most part, they go up top. Over here, we have supplies. Poly bags, we always need poly bags. We have team bags, sleeves, camera equipment, and then we have a little bit of collection stuff up here, kind of some of the bigger stuff that isn't gonna go well on shelves. Like this is an entire Michael Jackson book, and it's probably 2 feet tall, the NES Lego set. Here we have my Bamboo Lab 3D printer. I do use this pretty much almost entirely for the business. We print a lot of like little bins or organizers, and we have a pegboard I can show you all, things like that. Just kind of like a lot of random stuff that we use to help keep the business organized. We got drinks for contractors. We have a coffee maker or a Keurig for contractors, coffee, some of my controllers. There's still some collection stuff that we still don't really know where to put. Over here, this is where Teresa, one of my contractors, is organizing cards. We still organize cards. I haven't really been listing them on TCG Player, mostly because a lot of the cards that we have organized are the cheaper cards, and selling 3, 4, 5 cent cards, it's not super profitable. So right now we're just in the process of getting everything put in sets, and then we're gonna pick specific sets that we want to actually list. Over here, this is kind of like unorganized card dump zone. We have a ton of cards. So there's Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon, One Piece, Digimon, all the sports, etc. over here. And then this is still unorganized cards. These are, well, that's not where these go, but that's okay. But these are all organized cards. So these are cards that have been listed on TCG Player. These are just jumbo cards that got thrown up there. Then over here, this is kind of the testing area. So obviously we sell a lot of consoles. So a lot of consoles. And so we test them, we clean them, box them up, etc. All of them come with like OEM controllers. We try and do power cords, HDMI, whatever. We try and keep it as OEM as possible. Like example, this is a 3D printed pegboard that I did. This is for testing like cartridge-based consoles typically, and then a lot more of the modern ones, the ones that have HDMI, we test with that one. A little filter for replacing batteries so that the solder smoke isn't going up in the air. And then these are just kind of other stuff that we're currently working on. So some controllers that need organizing, or we just have the HDMI cords here because we might pretty much always need those. Little bitty shelves. I have a couple of these throughout the basement, just more collection type stuff to put around. Over here, these are like our bundlers. So when you sell on Amazon, there are pre-made bundles. So like for example, you would sell like an Xbox 360 250 gig hard drive and Kinect Adventures and a Kinect together. Unlike eBay, where you can kind of bundle whatever you have, they have stuff already pre-made on Amazon. So that's why we have a lot of these. Or like they have the Duck Hunt with the Zapper for NES, things like that. Same with Wii U, we have some Guitar Hero bundles. We don't do Guitar Hero anymore, but still have the bundles. Here we have all of the different controllers that we use for the business. We have different AV. We don't need PS4 controllers anytime soon. I have way too many of those. That's kind of what this area is. You know, we sell a lot of consoles, so we always need new controllers or whatever. And we never, ever need white Xbox 360 controllers because we have way too many of those. We don't sell the white Xbox 360, so that's why. This is just more accessories, so doors for the Wii. I was out of red battery covers once, and so I ordered a bunch and still have a bunch. So back here, this is gonna be kind of like inbound inventory area. So for example, I just bought a bunch of stuff from GameStop, so that's what these two shelves are. They individually send a lot of games sometimes, so eventually this will probably be a video. Down here, this is some more Goodwill stuff. I have a lot more in the garage, but I needed to bring some of it down here because I didn't have space in the garage. Right now, up top is kind of a dump zone. So this is kind of like inbound in general. This is the returns area. So these are games that have come back. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone bought it and returned it. Sometimes it means that it doesn't sell very often and we had too many copies or something. So within 6 months, we never sold a single copy. So Amazon sends that back to us so that we don't incur fees. Been looking at maybe changing how that works, but that's for another day. And then back here, so this is kind of the Amazon wall right here. So these are games that all need to go to Amazon. We have a lot of Xbox right now. It's Q4, it's holidays, Christmas coming up. So I've been working to try and get as many games as possible sent out. I actually worked on PS2 pretty heavily this week. So for this to still be full, kind of funny. We've been doing it kind of section based. So this is Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo section. Been doing pretty good. There's literally 4 Wii games right now. Like some of the cartridge based games like Super Nintendo and 64. Those I'm maybe saving for a little bit longer. Probably gonna send once we get closer to Christmas. But yeah, so this whole area is the Amazon side, and then this is the eBay 2 shelves. These are things that need to be listed on eBay, either from garage sales or they're just things that I can't sell on Amazon, like games that aren't worth very much. These are not worth selling on Amazon, so we'll bundle them together and sell them on eBay. Other games, like there's a lot of games here right now. I've been really going through games trying to get them all done. Here is kind of just a dump zone. These are things I don't know what to do with. Like this is a future video. So then this wall right here, this is consoles. So these are all consoles that need testing, cleaning, etc. But they need to be prepped to send into Amazon. It actually is not super crazy. If you all have seen some of my other videos, I had a ton of Xbox 360s, PS3s, and Wiis. We've gone through all of those, and these are just more that we've acquired since I purchased those. We're gonna try and get as many of these clean, tested, etc. sent off for Christmas. So then over here, we have, this is kind of the listing station for eBay. So we have paper roll, we have black and white. I don't use the black as much, but it's pretty good for like white items. They don't show up very well on the white. Computer for actually listing the item. So basically the process is we have a bin of unlisted stuff. We take a picture one at a time, and then we put it in a bin over here. I don't think these have had their pictures taken, but they will in the next couple of days. And then over here, this is the shipping area. So this is where one of the contractors sits and ships every day. So we got bubble wrap, we have bubble mailers of all different sizes. We have the flat ones, envelopes, etc. because we still ship a lot of cards. Finally got lights. This used to be really dark. Nice to have kind of light under here. We have bubble, we have paper, and then we have boxes all over, all kinds of different sizes. And that's kind of the business. And then the rest of the video is gonna be collections. So we'll transition over here and I will show you all some of my favorite things in the entire world, my collection. Right now, there's not a rhyme system, etc. on how anything is put on the shelf. When it comes to games, you know, I try and put the same games together, but everything's kind of spread out all over right now. So we got some DS games here. I started collecting a lot of the Pokemon games again. I had sold all of them last year, but starting to get them all back. We have a couple of Pokemon handhelds. Sword and Shield, Ruby, and then Diamond and Pearl Switch Lite. Here we have a lot of my GameCube games. We do have some really awesome ones. This is one I got at a garage sale for 30 bucks. That was really cool. We have Eternal Darkness. I don't remember where I got this. I think I got this from a friend. So we have some of the banger games up here, but I still don't ever have time to play. So I try and play what I can. So I've played a few of these. We do have an N64 radio, which is really cool. I want to show that off. That just looks like a random radio basically on the shelf. Down here, we have super miscellaneous stuff. So we have Street Shark stuff, we have Ninja Turtles, Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games. They're super miscellaneous. Got some Wii games. I don't ever play the Wii, but I'm gonna at least get the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh games for that. Pokemon Master Trainer, which is super cool. Down here is just kind of still miscellaneous stuff. I don't know why there's an ATV over here, but it's there. So we have Pokemon cards spread throughout. So like Rainbow Pikachu VMAX from Vivid Voltage, Special Delivery Pikachu, just kind of all miscellaneous stuff. Then over here, we have a lot of toys and figures, etc. Same basically for this shelf. I got some Thundercat stuff here, got some Wii controllers, a lot of other miscellaneous figures. Special Delivery Bidoof, CGC 9. Very cool card. I got a really good deal on that, so that was exciting. I got a couple of books. Got a nice Analog Pocket, the clear one. I just got it. And I want you all to tell me, what color is this? Is this purple or blue? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and this is another example. So this is something else I 3D printed. It's just like a little stand for the Analog Pocket. And I have stands for a lot of my other handhelds like Game Boy Advance. I don't have a Game Boy Advance right now. Apparently I sold that last year. My N64 collection, Conkers, which I got for $30 last year. No, earlier this year. Do have a CIB Game Boy. I don't know how I was able to put that back there and not knock everything over. Down here we have some Switch consoles. We got Pokemon marbles, Burger King Gold cards. Those are all brand new. VHS. I've started collecting VHS. I'm sure a lot of you all know that. I don't know why I buy them. I love them though. They just look really nice displayed, and they're really cheap. So that's another reason to collect them. Here is a testing area. So we have the Trinitron on this stand. I have no idea how it's holding it up because this seriously weighs, I think, 180 pounds. But it's holding it, and then these are all tester consoles, so technically that is still very business. These are all consoles that have cosmetic damage, but work. So we can use them, make sure games work or whatever we need to test. If we need to test power supplies, etc. Do have a Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Taylor's boyfriend, helmet right there. Some hats, got Mewtwo. We have more VHS. I tried to make it symmetrical. Show you all this. If anyone has ever seen this, if you can give me any info, I would appreciate it because I cannot find anything about this online. It is a K Products hat, Pokemon Stadium. Pretty sure it's super authentic and it is vintage. So got that at a garage sale last year and I have no idea what it's worth or anything. So if you know anything, definitely let me know. Got some more VHS. Got Power Glove. Got that at a garage sale this year for $10. That's probably one of my favorite finds of the year. I don't think I pointed it out, but over there we do have Nintendo boxes, and then we also have them here, and they are actually all in order. NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii U, and then Switch. So I think that's all of them. I don't know what I'd be missing if it's not. You got games. We do have a Game Boy Micro. Shout out to Retro Rick for selling me that. Really good condition, came with the power cord, everything. So shout out to him for that. Got some of my Switch collection. I think this is pretty much all of it now. Nice to actually have it all in one place, but the issue I'm running into is I can't get the games without knocking things over. We do have Chloe's DSi. Got this at a garage sale this year too. I think she is a beautiful artist, but I just think it's so weird that I gotta leave it and put it in the collection. Got some amiibos, Pokemon Pikachu. It's missing the battery cover, so I might see if I can 3D print that or something sometime, but right now it just sits there. Got an N64 camera. I don't know why I bought this. Well, I do, I just think it's cool, but I have no use for it. It's literally just gonna sit on the shelf. Got the blue PSP. I got that at a garage sale for $10, I think. And then Switch games, PlayStation games. Shout out to ADH Dave or NC Picker for selling me the scanners. I had this when I was a kid. I think there's like something wrong with the screen. Really wanted this and he sold that to me, I think on Instagram or something. PS3 games, PS1 games, other handhelds. Down here we got a bunch of like Digimon figures. One of my contractors found them at a garage sale, so I love Digimon, so I figured why not. Started collecting controllers for some reason. I don't know. When you see games every day, you kind of start collecting really random stuff. So those are some of the Xbox ones. Got 2 K-State basketballs, go Cats. And then this is actually turf from the field. My wife got that for me when they replaced the field this past year. Got more books. I got some packs up here. Got a nice little I Drink at Aggie Lounge hat. Got that at a garage sale. Really random. I didn't know the Aggie Lounge ever had any kind of merch. This is kind of miscellaneous stuff. These are some like my nicer binders. So like Mewtwo, Gengar. And then these are all the binders for, I think I have a binder for every set. If they don't have a label, it's either I haven't made the label or I don't have any cards from that set in a binder at least. And it's in order as well. So like original base set. It's complete. It's not like I didn't go for Shadowless or anything like that, but they're all in relatively good condition. The Charizard's in my office. I think Jungle is complete as well. I've completed, okay, so I'm missing 2 hollows, so I probably have them, but I don't currently. Eventually I'd like to complete all the sets someday, but there's always more to collect. Back here, this is kind of my sealed ETB collection. Also some more console boxes. I don't have every generation. Like I'm missing some for the Xbox here I don't care about. And then I don't have a PS2 or a PS1 box. I kind of just ran out of space, to be honest. But it's nice to finally get them all off the floor. So this is pretty much the ETB booster box, ultra premium collection box collection. They're not perfectly in order, but they're like generally speaking in order. So, you know, we have the newer sets at the bottom. So 151 just came out. Obsidian Flame's pretty new. Crown Zenith is one of the sets that's like completely separated. So we don't have the Pokemon Center and then the regular retail one together. But for the most part, the rest of them should be together. We do have all the ultra premium collection boxes, I think. I think there's only 4. And then there's the Prime box as well. We have this lunch box that I bought 2 of. They're way too expensive and I'm glad I bought them when I did. We got some Evolving Skies, Unified Minds. This is probably one of my favorite ETBs. And then I do have a booster box to match with it. We have 3 Hidden Fates. We got 2 here and one here. I don't have any that are crazy value. Like I think Dragon Majesty is pretty high. Unified Minds is high. Shining Legends is high. But I think when it comes to like the older ones, I don't really have a ton. I think Lost Thunder might be getting up there and maybe Forbidden Light, I don't remember. But generally, I have, I think, all the Sword and Shield ones. I have all the Scarlet and Violet. And then I think I have most of the Sun and Moon, I think. And then back here, this is my office back here. So I think the best place to start is gonna be in this corner. This is the very business side of it. These are all empty cases. We swap out broken, damaged, stickered cases. So we just bought a bunch. So we look very freshly stocked. Finally went through and organized all of the extra cords that I have that are not necessarily like controller or console related. Like these are dongles. I hate dongles, but they exist for a reason. All kinds of random cords, etc. I will show you all this. So down here, this is our loose game drawers. The top drawer is PSPs. We have a whole bunch of them, which is actually, it's not that bad, but eventually, hopefully we'll find a case or something. I have not really figured out what to do with loose games. In here, this is the PlayStation drawer. We finally got all the PS2 games in order, PS1 as well, but we still have PS3 and PS4. You get a lot of loose games. We have Xbox drawer. We just got Xbox 360. That's the other one that we get a lot of. And then down here, this is Nintendo and miscellaneous, so like Dreamcast, Saturn, etc. Over here, this is kind of my N64 and Switch collection. So we do have most of the Funtastics. We don't have all of them, but we have quite a few of them. Which is, this one's kind of misleading because the front is the original Mario Switch, and then in the back is the one that they did for Mario Day earlier this year. Monster Hunter, and then the Orange Funtastic, Spiced Orange. I don't remember what it's called. And then we got Smoke Gray, and for Smash Bros. Switch at the bottom. Here, this is kind of like Crystal and Mewtwo area. And then there's some Alakazams, because why not? But we do have a CIB Crystal, got some graded, and these are cards that I like that look good displayed. And then we have my desk. I don't know that there's much to say about my desk. We got this nice little light bar that I really like. I watch TV or movies while I work. How I work, that's how I concentrate the best actually. 2 monitors for working. Got my computer here, and then up here, this is kind of dedicated to Emerald. So I threw a couple of Rayquaza cards up there because why not? This is probably my favorite thing that I have. I kind of wish it was only 2 colors, but it is an 80s neon sign. And then over here, this is kind of my boxed higher end collection. This has a lot of my higher dollar stuff up here. Guides, not really worth much. I mean, they're probably 20, 30 bucks. We do have all the Pokemon games complete. We don't have Blue. I'll probably be picking that up in the next month, hopefully. We have some Charizards, so we do have a base set Charizard to go with that binder. Not in the best condition. We'll get there eventually, but came from a friend, so it has some meaning. Got some shiny Charizards. Got this one from Champion's Path, and then that one from Shining Fates. We do have the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies. Pulled that myself. It's actually in a video. You guys can go check that out, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not doing Pokemon card content on YouTube anymore, so. And then we have some other complete N64 games. So this shelf is kind of dedicated to the games that I grew up on. I know some of these may be like, why do you have Turok up here when you have like Zelda or whatever down there? These are the games that I grew up on. These are the games that I love. Spent hundreds of hours playing these 8 games, really. And then down here, these are like some more games that I wanted to have. So like Hey You Pikachu, because I like Pokemon, Incredible Hulk. I think this is actually supposed to be a terrible game. I played this a lot. I don't really know why. It's probably just because it was an interesting Super Nintendo game for me when I was young. 2 Zelda games. Talked about this before. Not a Zelda person. Trying. I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now. Then I started playing Sea of Stars instead, so. A couple other box games. Jurassic Park. I actually played that a lot as a kid. Did not own this, a friend did. I tried to play this recently and I didn't really understand what I was supposed to do, so kind of stopped playing it. A couple of box NES games, a couple of box Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games, and another CIB Pokemon game. Talked about how I have started collecting VHS, and so of course I have a VHS TV next to my computer so I can watch these if I want to watch it on here instead of on the big screen. Got some Gargoyles going right now. Great show. They're remaking it. Up here we have Funko Pops. Beanie Babies of the 21st century apparently. I still like buying them. As long as they have cool ones, I'll buy them. And then back here, this is the controller wall. So this is going to be a backdrop for a lot of the videos going forward. I have most of the N64 controllers. Do not have the Millennium 2000 because probably never going to have it. And if I got one, I would probably sell it because it's worth way too much. But we do have like the Pikachu ones. We have, I think, 2 or 3 of them. And then all the Funtastic, I think. And then all the regular colors. So that's kind of the controllers. And then back here, behind the door, these are all empty cases. So we're in the process of reorganizing them right now, getting them in alphabetical order. We get a lot of loose games, but then sometimes we also get empty cases. We put them up here so that we can try and match them. I said we did the PS2 earlier this week. I think we matched 40 games, so That was nice. These are just gonna sit there until we eventually find them. And that's pretty much it. I know it's kind of a longer video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If there's anything you all wanted to get some more info about, just comment below. Let me know what you want to know about. But that's gonna do it. I'm out, gangsters.